Hello. 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 That is not good. Hello. That is not good. Hello. That is not good. Hello. Hello there. Yes, my infinite echo. Is it gone?
Yeah, you have to disable your own Twitch sound.
It's gone. The infinite echo is gone. However, I need to make sure you can hear the game as well. So probably. Can you hear the game now? Strangely, yes. So me. I'm looking back at my special hidden compartment manual. Can you hear the game?
I hear a game, but it might be mine. Yes, I hear
Yes.
the game.
And there's no echo. So that means that we're good to go. Thank you, hidden compartment manual. Welcome to our new stream of Godhood, and specifically the Tenets and Traditions update. We're very excited for this one. I always say that, but this time I'm really excited for it. We've been working on this update for 3 months-ish, 3.5. We start out thinking like, yeah, we could add like some fun little things before we launch the game, but it just got a little bit out of hand. But I think you won't mind. So I will just go through the game for the new people, so you can see what Godhood is all about, because it's a pretty weird game. Most people agree. But it's very interesting and very different from the things that you normally see. And I will also just play a fun game, like how it is, and I will also tell you about this new update that we've been doing. So let's start out with a new game. A new game of Godhood. So I already was thinking about what kind of God I would play this time. You have 6 starting points when you play Godhood. There are 6 different commandments. But I will play Gandor, son of Gan. And we'll play the ultimate peace. We're gonna play a peace religion. And they are full of little protesters. We're gonna do peaceful protesting this time. Let's customize our god a little bit. We don't need any wings. This does not look like... Sometimes there's a random god being made. It's like, okay, that's interesting. Somebody had this idea. But we just want like cool arms, just normal. Arms of peace. The good old peace pipe always works. Let's go to the head as well. Just a normal, cool Rivaloi head. Yes, this is good. And a hat. You have to see his glorious ponytail. Oh, this is perfect, right? This is exactly what it should look like. And the body of a godly tuna. No. Oh, we'll go like pretty humanoids. And we're gonna go really tame this time. So not too much. Nice color of peace. And don't go too long onto it. Yes. Perfect. Green is good. We're gonna skip the intro for now, so I can play as much as possible to show you all the kind of things that we did. So let it be known. Normally it would be an intro with like tutorial and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, I already know what's going on, and I have no need to explain everything in detail. You can find it out yourself. So we're gonna play a peace religion. So as you can see, you have like 6 different commandments you can start out with: lust, chastity, generosity, madness, war, and peace. Greed is still coming. That's for our very last update. But now, at least for early access, we'll start out with peace. We're gonna be very peaceful this time. Okay, I have a lot of things still on. Those are my hacker tools, but I'm not gonna hack. So the goal of Godhood is expanding your religion and leaving behind a culture and spreading that culture as far as possible. So the first thing we'll do is send out a mission. Like normally would be an intro and you would have like a little story about being expelled and all that jam. But now we're just gonna go directly into it. We're gonna start converting this southern jungle. This is our next mission. There is the boss mission that we have to go in the end, the old city. But we have to get there first. First you need to expand and convert the whole of the island. So we're gonna start out with this mission. We're gonna convert these pagans. Let's go. So quickly in Godhood, in a nutshell, you try to create your religion. You try to find disciples that can spread the word for you, either with the sword or with actually the word. The goal is to convert a number of islands, find the sun shards that will allow you to ascend to Godhood, and if you get all the sun shards, then you ascend to Godhood and your religion will be propelled into the ages. And if you do well enough, you might even become the truth. That's the point of Godhood. We're not at the point yet that you can actually finish a whole game, like a whole playthrough, but we're getting really close there. So you just have these disciples. These disciples are the things that you have to inspire. They are the people that can hear you, basically. Like these other little guys, like even though they're praying and walking around, the small little dudes and dudettes, they have no divine connection with you. Actually, in this game, I would call it a realistic God game, because if this guy would be an atheist, you would actually think like, yeah, I can understand that. There is no thunderbolt throwing or stone hurling or that kind of stuff. It's not that you can directly just like, oh, I'm gonna click you and now you're dead. That's not gonna happen. But you are gonna inspire the people to what is right and what is wrong. And you're also gonna inspire your disciples, the big guys, more directly. So we're gonna start out with first customizing. Or no, she's perfect. We don't have to change her. Yzma. We only have to change her name. Let's see. Do we have a name for her? Do you see any names somewhere? Else I'll just is Noctua there? I'll also just keep her Jezebel. Jezebel. There you are. Confirm. She's our ambassador. Oh, we'll see more about that later. The first thing we can do, which is a new feature of the game, is we can assign rituals. So we can tell Jezebel to tell stories, pray, care for people in general, or work on the lands. Every ritual will have a different effect. As you can see here, when she tells stories, her charisma will slowly go up, because she is doing the tradition of telling stories. Telling stories about the great Gondor, son of Gandhi, that spreads all the peace. That would be a good move for us. The stats that have a star with it actually mean they're extra important for the class that Jezebel is. In this case, I want her to be more charismatic. I already think she looks super cute and charismatic. We're just gonna go on with that, make her more charismatic. And we'll also go on with the other characters as well. You can take a look at their talents, because every character is unique, has different talents, to see what they're good at. So Ne is is good at knowledge. So he's gonna care. That makes him more knowledgeable. Know everybody who's around, that kind of stuff. And Chipak is also good at knowledge, but I don't need 2 people who are good at knowledge. So I will actually go for devotion for Chipak. So that's the first thing. Every day this bar will go up, we'll see soon. And if the bar is full, we get stats. Pretty easy, right? Pretty comprehensible. We can bless one of these 2 characters. Every turn you have the ability to bless one of your characters. So like a little thing, their hearts are open for your blessing, and you can help them in one way or another. You can bless the ritual so the ritual goes faster, or you can bless them to get a dream point, which we'll talk about later. Let's bless, I think Ne was the knowledge character. Let's bless the ritual. You see that's already filled up a little bit more. We can do it again. Well, Jezebel already is my favorite character, so we're gonna bless her another time. And now it's time, we can bless. This thing is shining right there. It's time for us to go on our holy mission. We're gonna do it right there. So the first one's pretty easy. Okay, Jezebel's actually good at evading. So you slot up your disciples up against the enemy disciples. There's like these godless pagans. You can try to look at like what would make a good matchup. I'm going a bit fast through this right now, but we'll talk about more later. Now let's see how they do. You can win in 2 ways, either by breaking a disciple's HP or converting the crowd. So the crowd is completely converted by what Jezebel just said. You can see the crowd being more and more on my side. They're all like, yes, yes, peace is good. I understand what Gondor, the son of Gandhi, has to say. Yeah, yeah, that's our divine peace. Oh, okay, somebody hit him. That's not something we're gonna get away from the hitting. They still have to learn their ways, our little acolytes. So we converted the crowd, as you can see behind my beautiful portrait. And that's one way of victory. If we would have played war, we probably wouldn't have converted that many people by talking. We would just hit them right in the face, and until there were no enemies left. That's also a way to win. You can do it any way you want, or you could do like a little bit of a combination of both, because even though hitting someone in the face doesn't really do that much damage, it doesn't convert that many people, it does convert some. So you might play it strategically. If you're playing something like Chastity or Madness, you might put in a few punches to break like very dangerous opponents, and the rest might come from conversion, like telling about the madness of your religion, that kind of stuff. Okay, one of our acolytes has enough experience that he went level up. When an acolyte goes level up, he can pick a class. We have 4 classes available right now. The game has 16 classes, but not every commandment has every class available. You can unlock them, you can mix and match them, but we start out with these 4. You have the Druid, the Ambassador. We already have an Ambassador, right? Jezebel's also an Ambassador, of course. A Zealot, and a Songsmith. Now, we're going for this very peaceful religion. So I'm in between a Songsmith and a Druid. Like every class has its own thing. They have their elements. So Druid is a nature element, and nature elements beat divine elements. And there's like this rock, paper, scissors kind of thing going on. As you can see right there in that tooltip, nature beats divine, divine beats ancestral, the red one. Ancestral beats life, the yellow one. Life beats darkness, the purple one, but darkness beats nature. Right there. So I'm thinking about which one we should go. Let's see. I think. What do you guys think? It's between the Songsmith and the Druid. That's for sure. But which one of the 2? So the Songsmith is more area of effect like, because it plays songs. Everybody can hear the sound. And the Druid is more defensive. Yes, yeah, I heard the Songsmith. Oh, what's Cloud good with? That's very good. So Cloud is a knowledge class, you know, as a knowledge talent. So he has a talent for knowledge. And knowledge is important for the Druid. While the Songsmith uses charisma and cunning. So if I wanted to play optimally for just this character, I would probably go for the Druid. But I think I can make it a pretty cool Songsmith out of it as well. And that is because I think knowledge influences your chance to do a critical argument, which is just a critical hit, but then for the people around watching. So I could make like a Songsmith that crits a lot, you know? That would be pretty cool. What does Ned look like here? He doesn't look like somebody who has the joy of music. He doesn't have the long rocker haircut. Let's make it a bit more rock and roll. Oh yeah, this is rock and roll. This is very rock and roll. A rock and roll color. Yes, yes, we're good with this. Okay. Nah, or rocker. So now we got some tribute chests for converting the other tribe. And they will give us materials and offerings, which we can use, of course, to upgrade our holy city and improve our characters. And we also, well, there's a lot of things going on right now. We'll first select a destined mission. There is a side boss right over here. If we beat it, we get 5 chests, 5 tribute chests instead of the usual 2 or 3. But their power, their power is pretty high compared to my power, which basically means they're stronger than I am. So probably if I go there, I'll just lose. That's okay. Like, you can lose a few times in this game. There's no problem in that. But if I already feel like I won't win anyway, I prefer to go on. So I will go to the front land of the ancestors. We're going to convert this pagan druid club over here. And we have another disciple slot, which means we can recruit another disciple. They have their own talents, again, of course. The rat is pretty physical, while the finch is pretty moral. Well, we're going to be very peaceful. I thought maybe we might want to get a rat, a physical character, just to have someone with a shield when someone decides to just punch us in the face. But we're going to go all in. We're going to be super, super, super peaceful. We can assign a ritual. Chipak is gonna be a more defensive character, so I'll go with charisma for you as well. And Nay is just went level up. When you go level up, you can go perform a miracle. You can unlock different miracles by building miracle temples. So we know we're gonna have a lot of charisma. So I'm going to build this preaching temple, which allows us to grow more charisma. So a tooltip there was wrong. Fix that. And now Nate is going to go get that miracle myth. As you see, we got a god action. God actions cost offerings. This god action costs 100 offerings to boost the progress of one of our rituals. So we want to really speed up the growth of one of our characters. But we don't need to do that right now. Chipak is going to be like, let's see, reset Chipak. I'm going to take a look at, I'm going to plan ahead a little bit, like what I want to do with my classes. Because I can also unlock another class. For example, I could still go for the Guardian, but I don't really feel like it. Harbinger might be cool. Yeah, I will probably go with chieftain. Yes. I'm gonna do something weird. So then that's sort of basically one short loop of what Godhood is. You prepare your characters, you try to make your disciples stronger, and then you go out on a mission to convert people, and then it was like, oh yeah, Gondor, son of Gandhi, is totally right. The ultimate peace should be spread. And then you continue and do it again. Although, oh, Miles coming to me.
One observation.
Yes.
Why are the classes so cheap?
The classes are cheap because every time you unlock a class, they become more expensive. And that is because I was getting a little bit annoyed that, for example, I could also go for the Harbinger right now, but it's like, oh, the Harbinger costs like 175 materials. So I decided to make it just like the Miracle buildings. They just get more expensive the more you unlock. So there's a little bit more freedom for you to mix and match the right class combinations. And as you can see here, there are a few that are unavailable because we are playing Peace. So I can't pick a cultist, which is too bad. Or an executioner. That would not make any sense in our religion. Yeah, we're gonna spell the ultimate peace, although not for you. You are a sacrifice that needs to be made. Okay, I will continue it and we'll delve more into the depth of Godhood because there's gonna be a lot more going on than just this. If you've seen the patch notes, you'll know like, okay, there's probably more coming over here. We're gonna continue boosting Jezebel, which is our favorite. Ooh, I can boost her again, or I can boost a new character. Zuma. I don't like the name. I don't like the name Neh. So I'm gonna change it to Metal Hat for peace. That doesn't go right. Let's just go for Metal Hat. There it is, Metal Hat. Let's finish this at 1 point for Jezebel. So Jezebel has a ritual completed. We can select a new ritual. Let's go for... Ooh, that's also something new. Jezebel has so much charisma right now that she went up a rank. So you can see these letters. They're not just like a letter to show how high your stat is. You can actually work towards them. So you see here, if I go do knowledge, I actually fill up this bar and my rank goes up. If the rank goes up, I get a new boost. So in this case, I have 5 Defy, which is the chance to just ignore a moral argument of the enemy. But if it goes to rank D, I will gain 10 Defy and 5 critical argument chance. So that's quite a big boost. Normally, every stat just gives a half of everything. So I right now have 4 Defy and 2 critical argument chance, I think. But if I get this one, I actually double it in one go. I like that, so I'm gonna do that. And that's what she's been working on in the coming time. Let's get those pagan druids. Right, so that pagan druid has a lot of morale armor and almost no armor, which actually means it's harder to convert this pagan just by talking. Any war character would have no problem dealing with this. But we are committed to peace, even if they do not want to listen. We'll just go like this. Also, I couldn't select Metal Hat to go, because Metal Hat is doing Miracle, and that takes 1 mission before that's completed. Let's see how it goes. Well, Jezebel already convincing everyone. Zuma not so much. But nobody's convincing. Chipak already! Chipak is our naughty little one. Keeps hitting everybody in the face. So you have no control of this part, right? It's only preparation. We don't have to prepare much right now. We're at the start of the game, so it's pretty easy. But as the game progresses, we're gonna need some dreams to prepare them better. We almost got him. Almost. Like 1 more follower and we converted half of them. Our words were so good that this poor little pagan just couldn't handle it anymore. was too much for her heart, and she broke. When a disciple breaks, the team that has the broken disciple loses some of their following. So you can see here a little gap got to be. But we got it. Jezebel is so nice for Jezebel. So Chipak, it's actually quite funny. Chipak also looks like the only person in our religion who is only ironically committed to peace and peaceful protests. So let's give him a little bit of a different name. No, Chipak is nice. Chipak is fine. Okay, Chipak is not really convinced, even though her style of conversion is reason, which is important for the abilities. She's not super convinced of of peace. At least that's like she looks like. Okay, maybe she could question everybody all the time. Like, yeah, you sure? Or I could still go for that chieftain that I unlocked. And then sometimes she will just smack somebody in the face. No, we're gonna go full peace. We're gonna go full peace. She's a zealot. She will question why other people, even though, because she's so ironic, everything she says comes over as a question anyway. So she's a zealot and she'll question. We increased our maximum martyrdom, which allows us to take more risk to get another tribute chest. But now we have 60 tribute chests. We got 2 tribute chests, each containing 40. Each containing 20 of each resource. We're gonna do stuff for that. Well, first, Metalhead told the amazing story of Gandor, son of Gandhi's exploit to some protesters. The story was so well told that it came alive in a nearby fire. In awe, the listeners learned about Gandor, son of Gandhi, while Metalhead was too enraptured to notice the miracle. Well done, Metalhead. Yes, very well done. Metalhead learned Loud Hymn. That's perfect for a Metalhead. It's a new ability. It deals morale damage to all opponents. That is perfect. We're gonna go to the next mission. Pagan Weaver. Problem for us. It's time for Chipak to go and do a miracle. Well, I can do the sort of same miracle, the miracle myth. And we have, and this is totally new, enough development points to get a new tenet adopted. Let's go there. You can see here another tenet. If we have 2 tenets adopted, we can install a new tradition. And traditions are real big, they're game changers. I hope we're gonna get there. I'm gonna play on at least until we get a bit of a view of that. So we're gonna go here, and we can select one of these tenets. Later on you will unlock more. Traditions unlock new tenets, and tenets unlocks new traditions, so there's this little loop going on. And we are gonna go for the Sabbath. So the Sabbath is now a tenet of our religion. Rest and enjoy the peace Gandor, son of Gandhi, gave you. He's a nice little peaceful guy. From now on, the Sabbath is a day of rest. For all to overthink all the peaceful things that are happening. No working, just enjoying the peace. So what does this? Well, there are 3 categories of tenets. One will give our characters more faith. Faith is important for them to perform well doing rituals or in the sacrament, but it's also important for countering the corruption that spreads when they get more powerful. More powerful disciples get more corrupt easy. You have social. Social tenets give you happiness, which is over here. We'll talk about it soon. Now says to happiness from pleasure, and we're planning on making that happiness depending on the religion you founded. So we would be peace, it would be happiness from unity. And if you would be war, it would be happiness from prosperity in a certain kind of way. Just taking whatever you want, you know? But for now it just says to happiness from pleasure, which is probably more for something for a lust religion. And we just picked the velocity one, which gives us 5 materials and 5 offerings. It is not entirely clear, I need to fix that, but it is per mission. You can see it right over here. It's not that much to start with, but as you do more missions, of course, it will become larger and larger. So let's continue. We actually have 100 offerings, which means we can use this Grand Disciple Ritual Progress God action. It will progress as 4 days have passed. That's like 2 whole missions. We could speed up the development of one of our characters like that. So I'll just show you. I just want to speed up Jezebel. I mean, she will go rank up with her knowledge, and I just like Jezebel. But I could also speed up Metalhead, and he will also go rank up for the next mission already. I think... No, Jezebel. Jezebel's gonna get everything. Sorry, Metalhead. You'll get your time. You'll get your time. Maybe you can even boost her up to be done. Yes, we're lucky. Her heart is open for us, and we're able to bless her even twice, and now her knowledge is up. So actually it was a pretty good decision of us to do that. Now we can pick something new. Well, she's gonna need a bit of devotion as well. Let's go. So as I said, another part of Godhood is this rock, paper, scissors thing going on. So now we're up against this godless dream weaver. And he is of the dark element. Dreamweavers are very dark and they're about the nothingness. Doesn't mean they're evil, it's just the void, you know? But life conquers the void. So in this case, Metalhead fills the void in the hearts of the people with his lively songs. And this Weaver has no response for that if that happens. Our other characters will just slot in. And now we can select our martyrdom. So that's something we unlocked last time, right? We can say that we'll take 1 point of martyrdom, and they will start out with more followers converted already, and our HP will start out lower. Right now we can only do it once, but later on you can do it twice, which will make it like twice as hard. But we do get an extra chest, so we'll get 3 instead of the 2 chests we had before, right? Now it's only 1, now we get 3. Let's see. Probably if you played the game a little bit more, you will like rush through this pretty quickly. I probably take about 10 minutes to finish the first 4 segments. You can see it was very effective what Metalhead did to the godless character there. Yeah, we are on the winning side. Even though we started with less, we're just... Metalhead is not hitting so much. I saw him hit the godless, but he's not hitting the other 2. That's a little bit disappointing. We have to do something about that. It's a part of Godhood, looking at what's going on, and it's like, this is not exactly what I want to happen. And Jezebel's still doing what Jezebel does. It's just spreading the love around. So this is Zuma, our latest acolyte. Styles Grace, that's cool. You're gonna be a chieftain. Our free chests. We got a permanent HP upgrade for all our disciples, which makes it easier for us to survive. Cheepak also tells amazing story of Gandor, son of Gandhi. And there we go. And we knew this was gonna happen. She learned how to question the opponent. Questioning dazes the opponent, which has a chance for them to not know what to say or what to do, and they'll just be like, oh, it's a sort of a stun. Which only happens when they pick a certain ability. We get a relic, Blessed Choker, which gives us a bit of extra stats. Let's be risky. Let's try the Hardlets. Let's go for it. Well, do we really want to be risky? Now let's go do this one first because we'll unlock a new disciple slot. So we will have 5 disciples, and that will give us a little bit more freedom to do kind of things. This disciple over here is ignorant, which gives him 20 morale armor. That is unfortunate for us. That will make it harder to convert him. But I think we'll be able to get through it. The gaps between our power is getting less and less. So maybe we'll have to use dreams. We'll show you. We set this destination. So we can build more buildings, like I built the miracle building, but there are other buildings to build as well. We have the garden, which allows us to recover fervor. That's what the characters have to. That's what it costs to go on a mission. Every mission costs fervor. They can recover fervor by resting and not going to a mission. Or we could build the gardens and we'll have the ability to give them fervor in another way. Or we can build a study, which allows us to get XP more quickly. I want to have more XP, so I'm going to build a study. Let's make it over here. So we had this temple, the preaching temple that we built, and the people have decided to build a little campfire for stories next to it, which is pretty cool. It doesn't do anything, it's just a show up of what your religion is doing to the culture of the people. And everybody's just relaxing. Metalhead is talking about us, the great God. Yes, pray. Exactly. That's what you should be doing. And we have now the possibility to spend 75 offerings to give 4 XP, which is the equal of 2 missions to one of our characters. We don't need that right now, but we don't have the offerings anyway, so let's do this mission, or this. I think I messed up a little bit. No, it's okay. I thought, like, unfortunately, I wanted Zuma to not only be good at charisma, but also another stat, like strength. So I thought I would get into trouble with that, but it's okay if she also gets charisma. Get the miracle myth for her as well. We could give... Oh, because we built this study right now, we actually have a new blessing available. First we only had dream points and blessed ritual, but now we also have the blessing of experience. It gives 1 experience. It's a small little tweak you can do and boost up one of your characters. Jezebel has places for 2 more miracles, which means she can go level up 2 more times. But I want to show off the dream points, so I'm gonna pick a dream point. Jezebel is inspired to found a tradition of turn the other cheek. Gandor, son of Gandhi, will surely be pleased by this. I am pleased by this. So she has an idea for a tradition. It happened because we picked the Sabbath Tenet, and I'll show you what it does. So once we have another Tenet, which is going to be pretty soon, we'll have the option to pick a tradition. Now we only have 1 tradition unlocked, but we'll soon have more. I can't see what it does yet, that's too bad, but once I can pick it, the surprise, the suspense is killing us! What does it do? What does this turn the other cheek do? We'll get there, Actually, I'm very happy now that I have Zuma because I know what turn the other cheeks do, and it does, and it's good for Zuma. Okay, let's continue. Metalhead has done his ritual and now has more knowledge. So we had this problem with Metalhead that he was not, his song were not hitting the hearts of our enemies. We can increase the chance that he will hit a morale ability by increasing his morale accuracy. And we can do that with charisma. You can see if he goes to rank D, he gets plus 10 morale accuracy. And he also gets more base morale damage, which is, well, what more do we want from a Metalhead? So we're gonna put him up to, ooh, that's too bad. It only gets plus 3. If we would reach the 10. Yeah, if we would reach the 10, the rank would go up. So he probably needs to do this ritual. He has to complete it twice. But okay, you can tell stories. We're gonna boost you because we really want you to finish that. Shipak is done, has enough devotion. Okay, we can go to an ability and see on what it scales. You can see here that Chipak likes to do the question ability. She has the other abilities as well, but as she improves, she will unlock more of these higher level abilities. Question scales 1 charisma, so we're probably gonna give her more charisma. She doesn't need to be a tank or anything. So let's do that. So now I can go do this next mission. But before I do that, I just got one dream point over here. We can use this dream point to prepare ourselves better for the upcoming challenge. So in this case, I want to see what the challenge does. In this case, we have two guys who have a lot of attacks over here. These two. And we have one that goes with a lot of morale damage. 6, 5, 5. So we're inquiring a little bit. What's this next challenge gonna be? And I want to put. So probably what I want to do. So this one has very high morale armor, so he's probably the least effective. I'm gonna put Metalhead in front of this guy, because Metalhead has area effect abilities, so it doesn't only target the character in front of it. And the other two will go up, so Chipak and Jezebel will go up against these two. But I think Jezebel is pretty... Oh no, she's actually quite fine. We're better off than I thought. But let's say we're afraid that Metalhead has too little morale armor. He has 9. Let's say that's too little. We can say, okay, Metalhead, because you're gonna go up against another morale character, we are gonna give you 10 extra morale armor. You're gonna dream of your teeth falling out. Sorry, he has to dream it. Somebody has to do it. And I will give him extra morale armor. And now he has this dream of his teeth falling out. And he is, he's probably just faking all the time when people are talking to you like, oh my god, I just such a strange dream last night, my teeth were falling out. Like, hey, aren't you listening to what I'm saying? It just doesn't register with him that much. Also, I just thought Metalhead really needs a beard. Or a goatee. He needs a goatee. There you go. Oh, we have this relic that we can still equip as well. We'll, it's a 5 devotion and 5 charisma. That's for Jezebel. Give that one to Jezebel. Jezebel very strong now. So as we said, Metalhead goes here. Jezebel and Chipak. I think this will be an easy one for us. We got prepared. We have this extra morale armor. There's 19 morale armor. Now he's on par with the rest of them. I can see, like, the moment we're gonna meet somebody who's just like, oh, let's smack you in the face, we're gonna have problems, like often peaceful protesters have. But we'll get there when we get there. Let me suffer for what is right. Yeah. Look at that. So, his condemnation does nothing against us. Metalhead is doing fine this time. It is. Jezebel is so important for us. If she would not be here, we're probably gonna lose this one. But right now we're doing pretty fine. Why does nobody like metal? You need to make better songs, Metalhead. We can't win like this. They are tough. And they're thank you, Jezebel. Jezebel always says this. It's gonna be tough when Jezebel gets old and she'll die eventually, so. Even the portraits look exactly like how they were doing things. Jezebel's like, yeah, I know, peace, pretty cool. I'm pretty cool. And Metalhead is just... He does not have the look of a person who just gave a stunning performance. Maybe that's something we need to change. And Chipak is like, yeah, whatever. But we got it. We got it. We got our extra disciple. We increased our max martyrdom. We can go on. Zuma tells another story of Gandor, son of Gandhi. We get the Mighty Rally, which is great because it increases our charisma by 10% every time it's used. That's something that we want. And now I feel pretty confident we can take on the Heartlands. Famous last words. We got a cat and a dove. We'll go for the dove character, Izel. She has a nice... she's a born hippie. It's gonna be great. Izel, you are high in devotion. I'm gonna keep it like that. We can build more right now. A Night Shrine, which gives us more dream points. Actually, it gives you 1 dream points for every mission, which is really good value. I might do that. Or I'll keep my stuff and build another temple so my characters can grow in more directions. Tough. I'll pick the Night Shrine. I'll do it. I'll do it. Build right over here. We can get an extra dream point. It's pretty expensive, 75 offerings. Probably prefer doing something else. So, for example, I could use the XP God action right now to quickly boost Izel to get her out of this Acolyte phase, very awkward, and into the new realm of becoming a more suitable classed disciple. Or I could try to boost up my characters for the upcoming Sacrament, because frankly, Metalhead, you're being a disappointment, and I need you because you are a life character, and these guys are dark, and life is good for this darkness. So I think I'll do that. I hope it will all go right. Am I gonna? Yes. So we unlocked a new option because we made a Dream Shrine. We now also have the option to permanently increase the faith of our characters. But we are at the start of the game, and faith is not really a problem, right? One of the hardest part of faith is corruption, which is like God or no God, power corrupts. You can already see that Jezebel, oh wow, Jezebel only has 18. Jezebel. Through a playthrough, this will go up to 100 or something. Easy. And you will have to counter that with your own faith upgrades. But right now, we're pretty cool. Let's do that. Okay, +3 charisma. Not bad. Zuma thinks the Sabbath is a great tool to relax and get in touch with nature. He has a new idea for a new tradition. Ooh, some villages are turning to violence and looting. We have to stop this. It's because we didn't convert everyone yet. Zuma was right there! Zuma didn't... He just turned his back on it! Zuma's like, yeah, whatever. Zuma, are you a good person? I think Zuma was into this plot. I think Zuma knew exactly what was happening. Zuma is sneaky. Zuma knew exactly what was happening. We have hampered offerings, sadly. So we'll get less offerings from the next... Oh, that's too bad, because like we're gonna do this side boss. And the side boss gave us like 5 chests. That's too bad. It's too bad. Why did that happen? That happened because sometimes bad things happen. You can influence how often bad things happen, how often good things happen, by increasing happiness. So good consequences will happen often, and bad consequences will happen rarely in this case. We just got unlucky. Somebody just got their stuff stolen. It happens, even in our peaceful religion. So let's go, Metalhead. You need more charisma, we already know this. We can push another time. Or I could get another green point. No, let's push another time. Zuma is sneaky, yeah. I know what you're doing, Zuma. Zuma is gonna be a bit more healthy. We gotta need someone who's good at tanking some physical hits. So we can have... Okay, so now I have to think about what my lineup is gonna be. And I know Metalhead will be in there. So these guys have a few physical abilities and a few morale abilities, so there's no specific thing we can focus on. This guy has all morale abilities. Well, the morale armor is not so high, so we have a pretty good chance. I just have to make sure that nobody gets hurt too much. So I'll probably put up Zuma as one of the tanks, because I think Zuma has the highest health. Okay, they all have equal health. It's not gonna matter that much yet. But let's say that the other guy who we need to protect is Chipak. I'm gonna take Chipak. I'm gonna go. Metalhead is gonna go. Metalhead is gonna go. Jezebel's gonna go too, because she's just incredibly strong for us right now. And I'm thinking of bringing Zuma the Sneaky with us. Just to get a bit of experience. Also, Chipak just doesn't look too thrilled to go with us. And I hope like Zuma does her ability that... it's a hard choice. No, I'm gonna go with Chipak anyway. No, I'm gonna go with Zuma. Zuma has full fervor. She's the one who is gonna come. Oh, he's the one who's gonna come with us, right? Yeah, he's fine. We'll give Metalhead some armor. And there goes Metalhead. Jezebel's E2, and Zuma is also E2. It says we have a good chance. I agree, I think we do have a good chance, but it all depends whether Metalhead finally gets his music in tune with the hearts of these pagans. Let's see, I'm not gonna do Martyrdom because if that lose, just too bad. I'm not that greedy right now. Okay. Jezebel, always doing the right thing. Yeah! He could have been done that. Oh, that's right. Like, so Zuma did the Mighty Rally, so all our characters have 10% extra charisma. It might not seem that much, but it's like 2 charisma for Jezebel, and it's about 1 charisma or 2 even for Metalhead. So it increases our chancing of Metalhead actually getting his song into the tune. Well, that didn't do much damage, and that was because we gave her an extra armor. Yeah, we'll do miracles. Metalhead's still having a hard time. We're gonna change that quickly. Easy.
Looking good?
Yeah, we're going well. Better than I expected, actually. And last time I actually had to restart the game because I was losing so hard. I was also very greedy, and I was trying something really weird. This is more conventional. We only got 50% because of the stealing and looting going on. The sins of the people. So now we're gonna go up and try to conquer that old city. We can already see what's up there. It's too... We're gonna have a little bit of a tougher time against those. There's 2 divine classes. We don't have any nature classes. Maybe we might make Izel druid, which is a nature class, but I don't know if she's gonna be strong enough before we reach it. But we'll see. First is Totem Morden. This is probably our first opponent that is more physical, yes. Let's see how well we hold up against that. we now finally can pick another tenet. As you progress through the game, the tenets will become more expensive and more expensive, right? Because you don't want to end up with a religion that does like 500 different things so quickly, and you're just like, I don't know what's going on. This time, well, I'm gonna do some. This time we will pick. What are we gonna pick, Rue? Morning prayers, study scriptures, joyful sermon, or organized debates, or heaven? Are there any ideas about what we have to pick?
Let's see what the chat means.
I'll take a drink on it. So morning prayers, study scripture, joyful sermons, organized debate, or heaven.
What was adoration?
It will give us more faith. Oh, we actually can see now why faith is important. Metalhead is tired, and that lowers his faith. If faith gets too low, they get really grumpy and they want to leave your religion. Of course, if faith drops, they leave your religion. What else would you expect? We're still pretty cool on faith, but you know, Metalhead is sort of losing his enthusiasm a little bit. Faith is slowly beginning to drop. Might become a problem later on, but for now we're still cool.
Morning prayer.
Yes, morning prayer. Morning prayer. In the morning they play to Gandor, son of Gandhi, to bring them peace and more Sabbats, more free time. Blessed is the day we give him. And now we can adopt a tradition. And a tradition is very exciting. A tradition is the thing that actually is gonna make every game you play, aside from the commandments and the classes and the choices you make. I think this is one of the most exciting choices you'll make in the game. Right now we only have 2 unlocked, because each tenet unlocks more traditions, but as we progress through the game, there will be a few more traditions available for us. We can pick between the tradition of animism, you know, the reverence of trees and spirits in nature, or we could go for turn the other cheek. We're gonna go for turn the other cheek. I can explain what they do, and there are over 20 of these abilities, and they all have their unique sort of playstyle. We're gonna go for turn the other cheek. Your disciples can no longer use physical abilities that convert by anything but grace. And we get the God action, Glory of Grace. It gives us more tribute chests if you start the sacrament with 3, 6, and 9 grace abilities amongst your disciples. We'll have to work for that. But if we get it off, we can double the amount of income we get from succeeding on a mission. So it can be really strong. Let's go. When the enemy strikes you, do not retaliate. Turn the other cheek. That's a pretty good idea. Too bad I didn't come up with it myself. And we got this new God action, the Glory of Grace. It costs 50 offerings to do it, so we need a little bit of a build-up to do it, and it has a 4 mission cooldown, as you can see on the little clock over there. But then we have to look at how many grace abilities we have. Divine Peace is a sorcery ability. It shows like, oh, the Divine Peace is coming over you. Sadly, it's not grace. She does have grace abilities though. Unity is a grace ability, so that would be good. Loud Hymn is an overpower ability. It's also not a grace ability. Does he have a grace ability? Yes, Perform is a grace ability. So he can also learn a grace ability. Chipak likes questioning, which is a reason ability. So we all have all the abilities right now except for grace. Can she learn a grace? Yes, she can learn blessing, which is a grace ability. Zuma, on the other hand, has a grace ability, which is the Mighty Rally. You can see it converts by grace. And she used to have all this kind of like hit him in the face abilities right over here, but they all turned into comfort abilities. because we said no, you have to turn the other cheek. You can't hit him. So all her, you can see it's overridden. All her bravery abilities got overridden by convert. So she already is helping towards her strategy, and Ezel likes to learn fear abilities, but we'll make sure that we get somewhere that has the highest chance of getting more grace abilities. Because we adopted our second tenet, we can now upgrade one of our rituals. Well, we're telling a lot of stories, so that's probably the ritual we're gonna upgrade. So we could confess about art. I know exactly what kind of art they're talking about. These peaceful protesters have been spraying graffiti all over the temples. And you need to tell them it's your graffiti. Let's confess about art. Study wealth, so you can tear down the hierarchies of it, or pay respect to the elderly. Well, Jezebel wants to pay respect to the elderly, so I don't know. I'm a bit sold on Jezebel right here. Also, it means that if somebody finishes the campfire, or the tell stories ritual, she now will also gain knowledge, which is pretty cool because we also want to do a lot of knowledge things. It's actually a really good matchup. I would like any of those, but I'm gonna go with Jezebel's because it's Jezebel. And what can I say? She's my favorite. Some things just go like that. Okay, we might be in a tough spot here, but we'll get there. First, let's get things rolling and buy one of these two. I want to have more offerings available. No, I want to have more materials available to me, so I'm going to build a material gathering. Yeah, that's good. This will give us, this upgrades our treasure chest. It now gives 25 materials instead of 20. And we can buy more upgrades from it as well. We can actually buy more upgrades in all of the buildings. All the buildings that we have upgrades. If you're more advanced in the game, you can try them out. But okay, here's the problem. Jezebel is tired. She's fatigued. I know why we send her on every mission possible, and now she's just tired. We respect that, right? Of course we respect that. Metalhead is also tired. A little bit less action from Metalhead, but fine, he's tired. When you're tired, you're just a lot weaker. We don't want to bring these characters on for another mission, because if they learn all out of fervor, then things get really hairy. Then they're just very, very grumpy. We don't want that at all. So we're not gonna bring Jezebel and Metalhead to our next mission. But our next mission is not a very easy mission. There's this dude over here, this lady, this chieftain who has a power of 10, which is more than Jezebel has right now. I mean, Jezebel has 20% less because she's tired, but it's actually their Jezebel. No! I do have Chipak. Chipak is pretty cool. And Divine beats Ancestral, so I have a chance. But I gotta be careful. Let's see if we can finish. If we can finish, yes. If we could finish this ritual, will mean that her charisma goes up a rank. If her charisma goes up a rank, I think we have a pretty decent chance. If not, we're gonna be in a tough time. Let's just try. Ah, yes. The sun rises over the kingdom of Gandhar, son of Gandhi. Is it time for a revolution? You can see this religion is going in a certain kind of direction, right? We have protesters. They want a revolution. We're peaceful. We have committed to turn the other cheek, but it's a little bit iffy. It's getting a little bit tense over here. I don't think we will. Oh, that's too bad. I don't think we can finish Chipak's ritual. Then I'm gonna go for an extra dream point. Yeah, Jezebel finishes the ritual, but she needs rest. She definitely needs rest. She needs a bit of health. No, she does not. No, she just needs more. Tell more stories, Jezebel. Okay, we have 2 dream points. We could do 2 things. If I was really cocky right now, I would unlock extra dreams. It would cost 2 dream points. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get them back anyway, but I think I need those dreams to beat these guys. I think I really do. Oh, you know what? Let's see what happens if I do not do it. Just see if I just... Maybe I'm way stronger than I anticipated that I am. We're gonna do the exciting dreams. We don't have any dream points left. There's no dreaming going on. Let's see. Zuma and Izel. Yeah, the Martindom would just be suicide. We're not gonna do that. Okay, we ready? Okay, they are faster than us. Oh, okay. Okay, this is gonna be exciting. Okay, it's effective. I'm ahead. That hurts. That doesn't hurt so much. Okay, at 1 point... It's 50-50. That is not 50-50. Oh, we're gonna have to be prepared. That's really good. Okay, it's gonna depend. It's gonna depend whether Chipak is gonna survive this. If Chipak is gonna survive this, she'll be the one to use an ability, and that probably will be a lecture, which will be enough to convert the part of the crowd that's not converted yet. But first we need to survive whatever that the enemy has to give us. Let's see. Okay, that's fine. That's we did it. We did it. I was being afraid for nothing. Actually, if that enemy, instead of doing a might rally, would have done the totem slam, Chipak would probably have broken, which means 2 things. I lose 30% of my converts, so that would not be great. Chipak could not do anything anymore, so I would lose somebody who is participant of the sacrament, and Chipak would become angry with me, like pretty angry with me, because I put her up to this terrible ordeal. But I'm surprised. They are better than I thought they would. Here I've been like putting all my effort into Jezebel, a metalhead, but I did actually pretty fine.
So it's been an hour and a half.
Whoa. Okay,
Yeah, you're not even first silent. If you want to continue playing this fun,
right?
To monitor the chat yourself.
Yes, I'll do that. I will continue a little bit longer because I'm having fun and I want to finish these items.
Yeah, she's using first item.
Yeah, and I want to use my god action. I want to prepare and use that god action. Okay, Chipak is in his. Chipak has left his younger location, so okay, I don't know what's going on there. We have 2 more to finish. We have the Wandering Singers and the Council. If for some reason I will be in a tough spot, I could also do one of these repeatable notes, which is actually not trying to convert someone new, but convince your already converted people to give you more stuff, basically. So you can do it over and over and over again. Let's go do the slums of the old ways. Oh, okay, so we know Izel, yeah, has free experience. We can give her a little bit more experience, and that will make her level up. So we can pick new ability for her, or new class for her. It's good with devotion and unity skill, but let's also make her. Izel is the pupil of Jezebel. Here's our little turn the other cheek. We cannot use abilities against that are violent or physical. So we can perform a miracle, the miracle myth, Chipak. Ritual is rank D. So Izel loves the sunrise, the morning prayer, and her moment with Gandor, son of Gandhi. If she could marry them, she would. We actually have the tradition of the holy marriage unlocked to us. But it's gonna take a time for us. We still need 3 more tenets before we can get another tradition. We already have a pretty interesting lineup for where this religion is going next. Just to show you, just because I like that, I have these options here, these cheat options, just to give you an idea of how many things there are. There's just so much. So many effects that you can have. I'm really happy with how many different playstyles we're supporting right now. And also expressiveness, right? It's like gives your religion a bit of a feeling, especially if a happening happens. Little consequence. Okay, Chipak. Chipak needs some devotion. It's for defense. Metalhead is finally gonna be done with it. Oh, finally Metalhead is done with it. Ooh, we have a little story over here. Chipak rests on the Sabbath, a day to appreciate the peace and the world he lives in. How is Chipak at he? It's really... at least he is relaxing real well. So he gets a little bit of extra faith, and he gets a permanent devotion and charisma. That's really nice. That's so peaceful. Not gonna lie, that's also what I want to do. I did that this morning. It was great, laying in the grass. Too bad it was not Sabbath. No, I had to work. So Metalhead. Metalhead. We need more charisma for you, so we're gonna continue doing that. We still do not have our free grace abilities to get an extra chest. But we're getting there. We are getting there. Actually, what I would really like, if I would play a bit quicker, I would try to go for the Sunstone. We need 1,000 converts. We got 500 about right now. And the Sunstone allows us to pick abilities for disciples, but we need more offerings for that. So probably what I would do is create this offering stockpile, try to really upgrade our offerings game, because we have a little bit of a trouble with how many offerings we can get. Then get the Sunstone and use those offerings to make more grace abilities. And those grace abilities we can use to turn the other cheek.
Alright.
Bye, Maya.
Fun.
Thank you. To turn the other cheek. And that will get us more stuff so we can make our disciples stronger. But for now, let's see. Okay, so these are 2 songsmiths. If I would... I have to do this. Yes, I do. So here's the problem. Here are 2 songsmiths. Songsmiths, they do area effect abilities, just like Metalhead. But they are extra strong versus our ancestral characters, and we have 3 of them right now, which is a lot. Which means there's gonna be at least one of them up against these guys, and it's gonna be not great. I mean, probably Jezebel can take it. She's really good. Oh no, wait, of course, I am good against them. It is great. Sorry, I got it totally the other way around. I was like, hey, why is Jezebel so strong? Oh, of course. No, life is good versus dark. Since there. Thinking the other way around. So this will probably be more than enough to take him. Yes. We're gonna even go max martyrdom. We want 2 extra chests. We're gonna show him. Only down with these. Oh no. Okay, that's good. That's great. That's perfect. Oh no, free! Oh no, metalhead! Oh, it's so close! Okay, metalhead has to defy this one. I'm a bit afraid of pressing space. Come on, metalhead. Come on. No! Metalhead! Not metalhead. Come on, revenge for metalhead. Yes. Okay. So breaking is bad. It's permanent, it's bad. We should never want this. Well, sometimes it might be worth the risk, but this time I should have done a little bit less martyrdom. I just made metalhead suffer a bit too much. I mean, we do got like 216 followers. That's something. They're all gonna buy your album, metalhead. Think about all the games. Yes. Hazel also has a miracle. It's not the one we wanted. We wanted the Grace abilities. So we got a little bit unlucky there. Yeah, we're gonna do the old city. No, we're gonna do it. No, we're not gonna. We're gonna do it like, okay, I'm gonna say it honestly. I'm in a bit of bad shape now. Metalhead is fatigued, broken, and his faith is down. Metalhead is starting to think that Gandor, son of Gandhi, is not the best god to be with. We're gonna need to let him rest. At the same time, I think also need him in Sacrament, because now I actually do have a big problem. Divine is good against Ancestral. I have 3 Ancestral classes. Zuma is not gonna survive this. Izo is not gonna survive this, so I'm gonna need Metalhead, Chipak, and Jezebel. I'm gonna need the old crew to go down and make it happen. So I'm gonna collect Teeth. You tell me. Dutch, Teeth. And that will give a little bit of breathing space for us to prepare for the coming Sacrament. Because we're gonna have Jezebel in there. Jezebel is gonna have to get some raw armor to not be knocked out by one of those armor, because one of those guys is a smite sword. Yes. Okay, we're pretty lucky. He has 2 challenge heresies, which is a morale ability, and Jezebel has good morale armor, so that's good. But he also has 2 enforce abilities and 3. That's gonna do like a whopping 20 damage on Jezebel every time it hits. Jezebel is not. I mean, Jezebel's fine, but she has 47. Like it could break Jezebel. Let's hope it just does not break Jezebel. Let's just hope we're better than them. We have time to prepare. Actually, Jezebel can do a miracle. That is fantastic. That is really what we want. Finally, Jezebel can tell the stories as well. We actually might want to make a new temple so we can start out making new kinds of miracles. We've been doing all the charisma miracles right now. You can't stack them, so if you got one charisma miracle, you can't do the other one. The exception is the base simple miracle, the spirit miracle. We want to get some crits in, so the Temple of Knowledge is the one we're going to build. Temple of Knowledge looks cool. It's like a little library. I'll put it closer to the study. That's the place that makes most sense. Yeah, that's good. We are gonna take Zuma with us, even though Zuma is tired. Because Jezebel's doing a miracle, Metalhead is tired, broken, and just not happy with me. So Chipak and Isel are gonna go, but Zuma's the other one that's gonna go. And the repeatable missions are pretty easy. We can take those. Metalhead. I'm sorry I did this to you. I wish I could make it up. So here's the thing, right? Because his faith is lower, the effect of Blast Ritual, look at this, it's nearly nothing. Zuma is not at optimum, but it's like 5 times as much. Ooh, that is also interesting. I can still give him a little bit of faith. A little bit of faith. Just a little bit. Chipak, yes. Yes, Chipak. You do you. Yeah, we got that going on. Isel needs some charisma. We just give her devotion, which is good. She's not tanky. That is good, but we also need to give her a little bit of charisma. Well, we are running on charisma, devotion, and knowledge right now. You can imagine how different it would be if it would be a war religion, right? It would be exactly the opposite. If it would be a lust religion, it would be charisma and cunning mostly, but also knowledge and might be really important for us. And if we would be a chastity religion, it would be more about health and devotion. Okay, we can dream. We have a lot of offerings, so we can actually boost something up. I'm thinking of... Yes, okay. Now we're clear. I can give some XP to Metalhead. Metalhead has enough XP. With 4 he will be 12. He has enough XP to do his second miracle. He will rest because he's doing a miracle instead of doing a sacrament, so we hit 2 birds with 1 stone. You do that, you go do a miracle, the meditation miracle for knowledge. So that sounds like a good move. And we still have 100 left. Oh, I almost forgot. Probably somebody in the chat would have reminded me, but I really want to have this offering stockpile because that's the whole strategy that I'm going for. Is to get a lot of offerings. I'm even gonna save the offerings I have right now to stack them up. When I have 1,000 followers, I'm gonna buy that sunstone, and then I will be able to roll out some Glory of Graces to start to build up. Okay, these 3 characters are gonna go. Let's give you a little bit of faith. We have unlocked 2 new dreams, Falling in Love and Giantism. They will improve our damage output. Let's do that on Chipak. Falling in Love. Chipak is dreaming of falling in love. How does that make you feel? Makes you feel like this. Okay. Okay, these guys all have decent morale armor. That's too bad. Just gonna do this. They're not gonna hit me, so I'm not gonna break. Yeah, I can do this with 2 more of them. So, a repeatable node just gives us very little tribute chests. But this one does give a little bit extra materials, so that's cool. Oh, that's 25. It says 50 here, but it's 25. So I want the 3 chests. I want all 3 chests. Let's see. Let's see.
Sokucha.
Thank you, Weezu! I also think it feels like Godhood too. Got a lot further with the game. See, this is easy for us. This is all easy for us. No problem. We knew this was gonna be easy, right? It's just a bunch of pagans. No, there's no pagans. These are our guys. Actually, this should be gone, but let's take it for now. And we got some extra materials. That's exactly what we want. We want more materials. And, oh no, Jezebel. You learned the wrong ability. More divine peace. I so wanted you to learn unity. Okay, so Jezebel now went level up to her second miracle, which means you get to pick a passive. So we can do Peace for All, Divine Peace and Peace Offer now target all opponents. So we get sort of a Metalhead number 2, which I find very interesting. Or we can do Guilt. The physical accuracy of our opponents will decrease every turn, which might be very useful for us because we are all scrawny and weak and slow. We have no cunning, we have no health, we have nothing. But I'm greedy. It's a miracle myth for Metalhead as well. More loud hymns. Way to go, Metalhead. Way to go. And he also can pick a passive. He can get Melodies, remove hit chance penalty for target all abilities. That sounds like something Metalhead could use. Or Elegance, all allied morale abilities in cunning scaling for damage. Well, we're not really building on that whole cunning thing. I mean, we could make a strategy around this, like, on itself, right? Make everybody really cunning and peace, but we're just gonna go for the easy, nice melody. Finally, Metalhead knows how to make music. And we are gonna go for the old city. We're gonna do it. We're gonna take this gamble. Zuma can do a miracle now. Like, Zuma has nothing with knowledge, so she'll just do the spirit one to give her a bit of extra faith. Chipak, here we go. Blast that ritual. We're gonna need extra green point. We're gonna need extra green point. This is gonna be a tough one. Oh no! No! We can take it. It only went from 10 to 13. It doesn't go rank up. Look there. They're praying here for me. Everyone prays in your glory in the morning. Oh, we get extra materials! That is sweet. Maybe we can get an upgrade. Yes, we can! More offerings from turbo chests. Thank you. I bet you. Very well done. Okay. We need to prepare for these guys. These guys are... okay, this is the only guy who's actually weak to morale. These guys are pretty strong. I'm probably gonna put Jezebel up against this guy. So Jezebel is gonna get some armor. No. I'm gonna put Jezebel up against this guy. I'm gonna put Chipak up against this guy, and Metalhead up against this guy. So Chipak is gonna get extra armor, and Jezebel is gonna be our win condition. I think Jezebel is the one who has to carry the team once again, or maybe Chipak. No, Jezebel. Probably Jezebel. Jezebel, high charisma. Yeah, it's gonna be Jezebel. Jezebels are hyper carry. So Jezebel, you are gonna dream about falling in love, just like we fell in love with her. And we're gonna have a Chipak get some armor, because he's gonna need it. Our lineup strength is okay. We've been doing good until now, but now it's okay. I mean, we could do martyrdom for 1 extra chest, but let's be fair, that would be very greedy and probably not smart. And I'm not at the point that I want to lose right now. I mean, if I would lose, like, think about it. Maybe this traditional old man will just get to Metalhead and punch him in the face. And then Metalhead will have another bond less. Like Metalhead already is, you can see it here. Their bonds. If he has 0 bonds, he just dose. It's really bad for religion. So I'm not gonna do martyrdom. That's just a gift. Okay. Peace is the way. They have to see it. That's fine. That's also fine. That's too bad. Oh, that's... Metalhead is finally doing what he should be doing. He is getting his songs over to everyone, and he's also critting. You can see how much Jezebel gave us here, and how much Metalhead gave us, and Metalhead just gave us more than Jezebel. Metalhead is getting there. Power of metal. That's okay. Ooh, that is fantastic. Nah, I think we got this. Come on. No crit. Another daze. Yes, Divine Peace. And it was, in the end, it was Jezebel again. That's because we got that upgrade, right? That Divine Peace now actually hits everybody. It's really strong. That's exactly what we needed. We got 6 chests. Ah, look at that. That's great. We got extra happiness. Oh yeah, every time you do repeatable node, it just costs happiness. Maybe you saw it. But that's how you get people angry. It's by taking their stuff. You get an extra disciple slot, the last of the 6 that you can unlock. And all our new initiates will be stronger. And we'll have a new a group of disciples recruitable. I'll shoot you. The sacrament has proved your might over the elders' ancestors. The elders' followers have been converted. Your disciples pray for your judgment on these heathen elders. Peace. Show them peace and compassion. With the elders grovel in fear, your disciples offer them peace. Through mutual understanding and your blessing, the 2 sides make peace. Blessed those who spread the peace. Oh, this is there's a little miracle that's coming in between, because Suzumo was doing a miracle. The good Gandor, son of Gandhi, giveth, and the good Gandor, son of Gandhi, taketh away. Yes, you were out of luck. You're breaking my story here, Zuma. What are you doing? That's another Grace ability, which means we need only 1 more to actually start using or turn the other cheek. And I think we could do that this turn even. You can choose a passive, either inspire a random other ally after using a fear, grace, or overpower ability. The inspired ally will gain 25% might and health, very physical. Or bodyguards, other allies gain 10 physical armor and increase chance 10%. Yes, Jezebel is now. That's because Izuma is sneaky. It's not like he has bodyguard, he just hides behind other characters. The newly converted elders bring you a puzzling offering. We always honor the ancestors with this sunstone. Now we see we were misguided. Prophecies have foretold that the true God would come and assemble 6 pieces of the Sunstone and bring the world to its final fate. We now see Gandor, son of Gandhi, is the true God. Precisely. Other false gods have claimed over other parts of the Sunstone. If they convert to follow Gondor, son of Gandhi, their Sunstone will be ours. With this holy decree, your disciples prepare great boats to travel to newfound shores and spread the ultimate peace. Each of your disciples have different opinions where they must travel first. I will show the way. So we get a piece of the Sunstone. Bam. That's our first out of the 6. We don't know if it's going to be 6 or 5 yet. It's going to depend on a few things. Think 6, but if it doesn't work out like we wanted to do, it's going to be 5. But we're only going to do it better, of course. We can choose a new destination. But first we can choose a new island to go. Ooh, Tenochtitlan, the capital island. Jezebel heard stories about the Order of Paladins sacrificing humans to empower the Sun God. Right. Or Chipakabut heard about a dead god with very lively adorators. These guys look warlike, and we have to spread the peace there. We'll actually get 2 development sparks for this one. There it is, Tenochtitlan, the capital island. So there's another side boss here. It's already a lot more difficult. Like there's a bit of a spike going on here. War Song. On turn 3, will fill all other allies with mind with blind rage. Okay. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, but we're going to do it. We're going to convert these guys. We are going to convert these guys. Get another disciple. Oh, we don't have a good one. Get a speaker. Is one of them... Should look at that right now. He has reason, any, and grace. The grace. Easy choice. We need more graceful people in our little society. Yeah, started with telling stories, why not? We are now going to build the Sunstone, so now we're going to get it rolling. Sunstone right over here. We have this ability point. Give one ability point to one of your disciples. With enough ability points, you can teach that disciple an ability of your choice. We can do this twice. We can already start with these guys. So first, I see we can adopt a tenet. Let's get first a new tenet. Oh, because we have picked Turn the Other Cheek, we now have new tenets available to us. So, for example, we have choir music or singing circles. But also peaceful protests. I'm not going to let you choose this time. It's going to be peaceful protests. This angers me immensely. I'm going to make a sign. The ultimate peace from Gandor, son of Gandhi. Okay, let's first just upgrade our characters. Jezebel. Yeah, it's always Jezebel. It's always Jezebel. Jezebel now has... nice. Zuma the Sneaky is inspired to found the tradition of the Holy Judge. Wow. Never played that one, actually. Okay, we have 3 that are done. I saw Jezebel went up rank C. Yes, in Charisma, that's great. Chipak, it's a little bit low. Zuma, it's okay, I guess. Oh, he has a rank D health, that's great. That means it's... So I gave Zuma the bodyguard ability, but he's actually the best blocker, so... I'm not gonna do that again. Let's give Jezebel a bit of health. She could go up her rank in that. And you tell stories and pay respect to the elderly. Oh, we can actually upgrade one of her rituals as well. Let's upgrade. Let's upgrade Work the Lands. That would be nice. Yeah, pay your respect to the animals. Metalhead is right. I think this actually was Metalhead's idea. You gotta pay respect to the animals, man. And Zuma, is going to get some extra devotion, I think. No, wait. No, more charisma. I want more charisma. She's also almost rank C. That would be pretty good. Okay. Do we have an upgrade that we could really use? Well, we could do smoke symbols. That will actually make the effect of a miracle stronger. You will increase more. Like every miracle will increase their growth rate more. We can improve the miracle by taking the smoke symbols. We're gonna do just that. Okay, and we still have enough for 2 ability points. Let's first finish this. I'm a bit sad to see that Neka... no, it's gonna be fine. Neka's in here, right? Yeah, we did. Yes, I can see she's a graceful character. Very graceful. Very graceful, Neka. Yeah, we need you. You're part of the team. Okay. Since we're gonna go up against the Sun God Patrol, they are just ancestral territories. They have high damage. It's better not to bring Metalhead because they are very strong against Metalhead, since ancestral beats life. So I'm not gonna give Metalhead it. I'm gonna give Jezebel one of it, and the other one is gonna go to, I think Zuma or Chipak. Chipak, because she's divine, and divine is good against ancestral. We're gonna put that blessing in there. So this is how I use my ability points. And Jezebel is gonna get the unity there, because that's also a grace ability. And we're done. We now are gonna use the glory of grace. Yes, very good. That probably is gonna give one extra chest right now, but we'll soon be able to get more. You need a bit of a tanky person. That's gonna be you. So they have -2 raw. That's not gonna make it hard for us. Our graceful characters are Zuma. Yes, Zuma is our graceful character. So we already have that +1 bonus from if we unslot her. Bonus goes away. But now we get the bonus. And also nice because it gives the extra 10 physical armor, which we can actually use right now. And Jezebel, yes, Jezebel. I'm feeling pretty confident about this, so I'm gonna put 1 martyrdom. Not 2, that would be a bit too crazy. Yeah. Oh my god! Jezebel! Of course, the Divine Beast is super strong against these guys. They're not ready for us. We got these. Wow. Yeah, of course. I mean, oh, that's great. We actually could do the ability one more time. It's good. Zuma, the sneaky and prime. Good. Becoming older. Okay, we can't do it right now because of some cooldown. Oh, wow. What's happening here? Oh, they're taking their time to relax with their family, having a nice picnic and talking about war. Yay, war! Oh, we get an extra tribute chest in next sacrament. That's good. That's nice. That's nice. I do have to take a look at the time. I'm gonna take some. I'm gonna put in some nice place to watch my guys do stuff, and I'm gonna take some time to answer some questions if you have any, because the time is flying by. We started almost 2 hours ago. My throat is getting really hurt, and I think I showed a few of the things that we wanted to show. So if there are any questions in any of the chats on Steam or on Twitch, anything about what we're doing or a personal question, whatever, do you have any questions? Let's see. I am not seeing any questions right now. Thanks, Strange. Yeah, I'm really happy with where it's going. Or actually where it is already. Just have to finish it up, polish some UIs, get everything in the right place. That would be we're pretty far. Yeah, well, I already showed so much. Already today, 2 hours in, and we still have so far to go. You know what? Then I'm gonna continue a little bit longer. I want to see where Jezebel goes. If there's a question, just let me know. Cheap can do miracle. Zoom on Jezebel. We also can make the garden, which allows us to rest Jezebel a little bit more. Planning to get a favor, so we can use her more often. You see that the faith is starting to become a little bit of a problem to us right now, right? It's partly due to corruption, partly due to fatigue, and partly just because if they get older, they lose their faith a little bit. So NECA, okay. These kind of things are gonna happen more often as you get further into the game, but I have the choice to either get another ability point in or get some XP in on NECA, because NECA has to, yeah, I mean, she can be, NECA the Graceful can remain a lowly acolyte forever, so we're gonna give her a bit of XP. The other part of the XP we're gonna get in the next segment, I'm okay with that. Oh, we are gonna get a little bit an extra boost. What Jezebel? And finish Zeal's Ritual. Yes, that's good. Rank D. Ooh, oh, that's great. Actually went rank D in both health and in cunning. That's nice. We're gonna go pray for some devotion. Izel is gonna go. There's no cheap rank to get here. I'm thinking about praying as well. Yeah. And we don't necessarily have an upgrade that we really want right now. I mean, we could go for this one, but I don't think many characters have that. No, only Metalhead has the Miracle Revelation, so I don't think it's worth it right now. Yeah, we're cool like this. Chipik is not coming. Jezebel is coming. Jezebel, you're coming, and you're gonna do extra damage. Always Jezebel. Gonna put Izel in there as well, and NECA. I think we're gonna make this purely on the fact that Jezebel is there, because the others are not necessarily great. We have not used Izel enough, you know. It's if you don't use your characters enough, look how much they look like Izel and Jezebel. If you don't use them enough, they won't develop. Oh my god, she's so strong. Okay, close. It's more than enough. I was getting a little bit anxious when she did the convert instead of the divine piece, but it turned out fine. Grace abilities. I could have unlocked another class, like another grace ability class. There are a few of them still there. But I think I would like to go for the Divine Blessing. The Divine Blessing actually raises crit chance, which I think is pretty cool. We could do like a combo with Metalhead and Neck, which actually looks more like a Metalhead. Yes, NECAs are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful woman. The chin, the eyes, the lips, everything. We got this. We got this nicely. Yes, yes. Oh, okay, cool. We actually got an upgrade for our question. It's now question plus, which basically just means it's stronger. And it also counts double for reason in this case. Like plus counts for 2 abilities of a certain type, and plus plus, which you can also unlock, counts for 3 abilities of a certain type. So we can go righteousness, follow up another ally's critical hit. That might be cool. We are a little bit critical hitty. Or all allied abilities gain devotion scaling. Oh, I'm gonna go for that one. We are actually pretty good with devotion. I think Jezebel has a pretty high devotion, right? Which actually high charisma. You don't have high devotion. Oh, Chipuk's also getting there. Yeah. Isol has a great devotion, so that was gonna be a good combo. Chipuk and Isol, it's gonna be a good combo. Uzuma also has a decent devotion. NECA. Beautiful. Beautiful. I can't keep my eyes off NECA. I mean, on one hand we have Jezebel. On the other hand, we have Metalhead. And lastly we have NECA the Gracious. Okay, we have a splitting road right now. We could go straight to the boss, but we obviously want to have the side boss. So that's where we're gonna go for. This guy's blue. Okay, we have Metalhead, which is strong against the Sun Servant, but we have no nature class good against this Sun Servant. It's gonna be tough. 15 is also pretty high. This is, I think, gonna be our greatest challenge yet. What's happening here? Oh, the protesters! Peaceful protests keep the influential followers in check. Yes, look at them. Pray. And it gives us extra offerings from tribute chests for 1 mission. Too bad we can't plan it with like Glory of Grace right now. That would be a good combo, but we have to wait 2 more missions. So that's what I'm going for, is actually to be able to get the Glory of Grace on this side boss in the Island of War. Because it gives us a lot of stuff. Okay, NECA, you're gonna do a Miracle Myth. I know you're good at Charisma, right? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Zuma or Metalhead. Metalhead. We're gonna need Metalhead soon, so we're gonna see. Yeah. Faith. Now he has gone up a rank in Faith, and we can bless his ritual. Yes, very good, very good. Is there a threshold that we are about to meet? No, I could not. I was thinking about like double using the ritual progress to get one of my characters to rank C, but I don't think that's gonna cut it. No, it's not. It's not. So you continue doing that. We're doing that fine. These guys are physical. I'm gonna need some armor. I want a little bit of this upgrade. It's good for me right now. I want... Who's gonna block the most? I think Metalhead. He's gonna get armor. Gonna keep the rest. We're gonna keep our offerings to give out when we need it more. Zuma is gonna go up against this guy. No. Yes, he is. Metalhead is gonna go up against this guy. No, Metalhead's gonna go against this guy. And Jezebel's gonna go against this guy. Ooh. Flawed. Yes, I understand why it's flawed. Like, the difference between power between Zuma and this guy is really high. It's more than between Jezebel and Sun Servant. I'm thinking if I actually have a chance. Now, I always have a chance. Like, if Zuma does his Mighty Rally first, and Metalhead will pour out the hymns, the loud hymns, not the weak, simple songs, the really loud hymns, then it's gonna work. Yeah. We do have the extra armor from Zuma. That's gonna help for sure. Yeah, that's really good. Oh, wow. It's even better than I hoped. Alright, nice. Yeah, that's all we wanted. That's exactly what we wanted. Everything went exactly like the best thing that could happen to us. Also, Zuma's bodyguard is just really good against the physical abilities that are being used. So I'm not afraid. Oh. I'm being called by Martin. Not anymore. Let's see. Oh, if there are questions. Let's see. See if I can get his attention. He got my attention. It's okay, I'm winning this. Oh, wow. Metalhead is not doing great. Just let me check my battle 1 second. Okay. Okay, oof. Oof. I was getting a bit nervous that Metalhead did not make it. Okay, so let me see. The question is... I'm looking at... What defines which tenets become available? That's the question, right? Yeah. So they start out with the commandment. So every commandment has 6 or 7 tenets available from the start. I will show you a different case real quickly. Because I have debug, I can do that kind of stuff. I'll save this game. I'm gonna use it for testing purposes. So I'm having fun with it. That's our grace ability. Now we have 5. We're almost at the 6 that we want. Well, we're not gonna do that. So, sorry, just 1 second. Sorry, I'm playing. We want extra offerings. Yes, we are gonna save this game. And it's Gandor. And we're gonna go to my menu. I'll start a new game quickly to give you an impression now with this beautiful thing. And we're gonna pick Lust now just to show the different starting positions. So if I pick Lust, my starting adorations are Night Prayer, obviously, instead of Morning Prayer. There's an Oil Prayer. They'll cover themselves in oil. That's for you. festive debauchery, joyful sermons. That's one actually they share. Peace and lust share joyful sermons. And smoking truth leaves, and zero commitment. You know, it's a different starting position. That will in turn give us new, different traditions, right? We'll pick one of these, and we'll get other traditions. We very likely are not gonna get turn the other cheek. Maybe we might get animism, because I think animism is one that also isn't one of these. So it's actually a very big connected graph. If you go in a certain path, if we would pick like, if we would have gone peace, but we started picking the more aggressive things, so we would have, for example, picked the most neutral morning prayer that was there, and then from morning prayer we would have unlocked maybe the Holy Judge, and from Holy Judge maybe we go like something very judgmental, and from something very judgmental we go to Master's Order, which is like a madness. So there's this huge path, a huge graph where you can take your own path to form your own little society. It can get totally out of hand. Like we had a tester who said like, I always start out as a barbarian, but then we end up being really academic in the end. It's possible, you know? If you pick the right tenets, they will unlock the right traditions. If you pick the right traditions, they will unlock the right tenets again, and things can escalate. In the end, they will still see you as a lust commandment in the start, but yeah, you have your own nuances to your own religion. It's not that one focused path that we used to have, right? We have that like this tree, which like you pick one side or the other side, and then you just complete that tree, and that's what you were doing. Now it's really open. You can try out different combinations. You can get more traditions in going. So for example, I'm gonna do the see all over here. Free adopt. So for example, we have ecstatic. If you pick lust, you have ecstatic salvation. You can grant ecstasy, which actually counts as a sort of training. It develops 2 times cunning, and it gives us a material boost depending on the cunning of the character that gets this ecstatic salvation. And it gives extra faith. So you have another tool in your toolbox to shape your disciples the way you want. And it will also have their own little happenings. I hope that answers your question. Yeah, there's a lot of spoilers, but there's also a lot of debug things in there. Can we see the best game ever? I don't know if we can. We changed so much that I don't know if the save game still works. I mean, I have like Sudowoodo, Broken Save, Bebop, Kanye. Best game ever. Let's see. Are we lucky? Or are we not? We are lucky. I was doing really great in this game. I was going madness. Let's see, let's take a look at my tenets. Here I was Doom Prophecy, so I was putting Doom into their heads, which made them give me offerings depending on their knowledge. I had Stern Sermons and the Sea God. Well, you can see where this is going, right? It can go all different kind of ways. Are there any other questions? No? That's great, because I'm really starting to get hungry and my throat is really starting to... Name Jeff. Yes, one day I'm gonna name one of my guys Jeff. I'm getting really hungry and my throat is really starting to hurt. So I hope you'll have fun with this update. We're very happy with it. There's tons of new stuff in it. We're really getting to the end of the game. Getting to the point where you can finish a game and see what it will do with the future of the world of Godhood, whatever religion you created. We're gonna get achievements in as well at that point. But for now, I think you're gonna have a pretty interesting time, at the very least, with this new update. Again, Godhood is I think a unique game. I don't think there's anything quite like it. I think it's the best religion It comes the closest to religion development I've seen so far. It's not just grab your bonuses, it's really also what are they going to do in their daily lives. Are they going to pray for you in the morning and give you more offerings or more materials? Or are your guys getting robbed? Getting you less chests? It's all in there. So I hope you had a good time and thank you for watching. And maybe we'll see you tomorrow. We'll have another stream tomorrow at 6 p.m. Dutch time. Bye bye.